6 lucky numbers to win big and get rich. On June 10th, 2025, Buddhist teachings. Have you ever noticed certain numbers keep appearing in your life? In a world full of noise, these subtle patterns are often messages, not mere coincidences. In today's video, we'll explore 6 lucky numbers rooted in Buddhist teachings and ancient numerology numbers believed to align you with prosperity, especially on June 10th, 2025. When understood and embraced, they can help you tune into the frequency of wealth and wisdom. Stay with me until the end. I'll reveal a special bonus number known to amplify abundance and unlock hidden opportunities. But remember, it works best when your mind is clear and your heart is open. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom, and comment below. I am aligned with abundance, and I welcome prosperity into my life. 1. Number 17. Now, we come to a number that does not shout for attention but instead whispers to those who are still enough to hear it. 17. It is not adorned with the obvious charm of 7, nor the weighty symbolism of 8. Yet, if life has ever cracked you open through loss, heartbreak, or failure, you have already walked through the shadow of this number, whether you knew it or not. 17 dwells in the sacred space between endings and beginnings, the silent pause between the storm and the sunrise, where the ache still lingers but strength begins to return. In numerology, 1 plus 7 forms 8, a symbol of power, karma, and the eternal flow of life. Yet, 17 carries a deeper essence. It speaks to spiritual resilience, not material success. It belongs to those who have reached the bottom and chosen to rebuild something sacred from the ruins. As the Buddha once said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." Those who embody the energy of 17 are quiet architects of their own transformation. They do not seek applause or broadcast their triumphs. They rebuild slowly and intentionally, each step an act of mindful creation. This is not the path of shortcuts, but of steady inner work, knowing true wealth is found in patience and perseverance. Astrologically, 17 resonates with Saturn, the great teacher of endurance and responsibility. Saturn grants nothing easily. It offers lessons through tests and time. Yet, what is earned through Saturn's trials is lasting, unshakable. When you stand in this energy, victories become a part of who you are, not fleeting wins, but lasting growth. Reflect on your own life. Are you standing in a place of uncertainty, healing from unseen wounds, or quietly rewriting your story with newfound strength? Perhaps you have begun to notice 17 appearing in unexpected places and receipts, clocks, or license plates. This is not coincidence. It is the universe reminding you that you have already survived the fall. Now it is time to rise. Place your hand on your heart and feel its steady rhythm. That is proof that you are still here, still growing, and still capable of profound transformation. As we continue into this potent, energetic window of late May and June 2025, remember this: the energy of 17 favors those who move forward with intention and grace. And soon, we will uncover one final rare number, a frequency said to magnify your intentions and awaken the highest levels of manifestation, accessible only to those whose hearts are open, minds calm, and spirits ready to receive. 2. Number 11. Let's take a moment, just you and me, to reflect on a number that often appears with a quiet sense of purpose. 11. It may not always catch your eye at first, but when it does, it feels as if the universe is giving you a gentle nudge, a sign meant especially for you. At first glance, 11 looks simple to one standing side by side, but beneath its simplicity lies a deep spiritual meaning. In Buddhist teachings and numerology, The number 11 symbolizes alignment, awakening, and those rare moments when life invites you to slow down and listen with your heart. Picture it as a mirror. 1 reflects your outer world, the person you present to others, while the other 1 reflects your inner world, the quiet voice of intuition that whispers truths beyond logic. Together, they create a balance that encourages transformation from within. Have you ever sensed a subtle shift in a room before anyone speaks? Or noticed recurring dreams or persistent gut feelings? If so, you might be attuned to the vibration of 11, which often calls those who perceive life on a deeper level. Yet with this sensitivity comes a challenge. Self-doubt and inner conflict can arise, especially when others don't understand what you feel. In those times, 11 asks, will you trust your intuition even when the path is unclear? Right now, cosmic energies, particularly from Uranus, the planet of sudden insight, are stirring within us all. If you've been feeling a shift, as though you're standing at the edge of something new and unknown, trust that it's real. The magic of 11 lies not in grand gestures, but in gentle reminders that true answers arise from within. This moment in June is a sacred opportunity to tune into that inner knowing. If you've been hesitating on a decision, doubting yourself, or awaiting a sign, perhaps this is it. Changes often begin not with fireworks, but with a whisper, a moment of clarity that transforms everything. So, let me ask you, what is your intuition trying to tell you right now? If this message resonates with you, take it to heart. Remember, life's greatest shifts often start in the stillness of your soul. And as you walk this journey, may the wisdom of 11 remind you to trust yourself, embrace balance, and welcome transformation with an open heart. 3. Number 29. Let's take a moment to explore the powerful energy behind the number 20, Nino, just as a number, but as a guidepost on your spiritual journey. You see, 29 isn't merely a figure on a calendar or a receipt. It's a mirror reflecting a deeper transformation already happening within you. If this number keeps showing up in your life, on your phone, in random places, in your dreams, it's not random. In Buddhist teachings, we are reminded that, with our thoughts, we make the world. And when certain signs appear again and again, it's often the universe, or perhaps karma itself, nudging us to pay closer attention. Now let's look at what 29 really means. The number 2 is the listener, the empath, the one who leans into intuition and quiet wisdom. The number 9 is the teacher, shaped by hardship, seasoned by loss, yet full of compassion and the grace of letting go. Together, 2 and 9 create a sacred invitation to transform your life not through shortcuts, but through honesty, inner strength, and surrender. The energy of 29 often shows up during our most painful moments, those periods when everything feels like it's falling apart. But as the Buddha said, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. This number calls us not to escape our suffering, but to grow through it. Let me ask you, have you gone through something recently that cracked you open? A betrayal, a loss, or a moment where you questioned your purpose? Have you asked yourself why this number keeps appearing? You're not alone. I once spoke with a woman who saw 29 constantly after her marriage ended and her business failed. She felt broken, but through meditation and reflection, she began to see the number as a symbol of rebirth. She stopped asking, "Why me?" and started asking, "What now?" That question changed everything. Within 2 years, she was helping others heal and had rebuilt a life grounded in wisdom and authenticity. So if 29 keeps calling to you, don't brush it off. What is life inviting you to release? What version of yourself is ready to emerge? This may be the moment to step into something you've been avoiding, whether it's making peace with someone, starting a new chapter, or walking away from what no longer serves you. If you've made it this far, you're already aligning with the powerful energy of these 6 lucky numbers for June 10th, 2025. Type "Lucky Path" in the comments to affirm your readiness to receive abundance and wisdom. Don't miss what's coming next. Stay with us until the end to unlock the deeper Buddhist teachings that can guide you toward true wealth and lasting prosperity. 4. Number 30. Let's take a moment to truly listen, not to the noise of the world, but to the quiet whisper of the number 30, a number that doesn't shout but gently calls you inward. Can you hear it? It often arrives during moments when life feels uncertain, those delicate turning points where something old is fading away, even if you can't yet see what's about to be born. In Buddhist thought, 30 holds deep spiritual meaning. It's not just a number, it's an invitation. A reminder that change doesn't always come in storms. Sometimes it arrives in stillness, in clarity, in a sacred pause that prepares your soul for something new. The number 3 encourages self-expression, creativity, and joy. It's the call to be your true self, unapologetically. Then there's the zero knot, empty but deeply full. In Buddhist terms, it represents sunyata, or emptiness, not as nothingness but as infinite potential. Zero gives space for wisdom to arise, for transformation to root itself deeply. Together, 3 and 0 form more than 30. They create a threshold, a spiritual moment where you're invited to release the outdated parts of yourself and welcome the real you. And in June 2025, this energy becomes even more powerful, with a lunar eclipse shaking loose anything we've been clinging to: old identities, toxic patterns, or fears that no longer serve us. Eclipses aren't gentle, they show us what we've been avoiding and push us toward truth. So let me ask you, what is it that you're still holding on to, even though deep down you know it's time to let go? Is it an old dream that no longer fits the person you've become? A fear that's been guiding your choices from the shadows? Don't just think about it, share it. Speak it aloud or write it in the comments. Naming it is the first step in releasing it. Remember, healing begins the moment you stop hiding from your truth. So, let the whisper of 30 guide you to a quiet rebirth. Lesson of the day. Sometimes the most profound changes come not from action, but from the courage to pause, reflect, and release. Let go and let what's meant for you begin. 5. Number 9. As we step into June 2025, let's pause and consider the deeper rhythm playing out beneath the surface of our daily lives. This year, when we add the numbers together, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, we arrive at the number 9, a number long revered in Buddhist and spiritual traditions. 9 is not just a symbol of ending, it's a gateway to transformation. It signals the completion of one chapter and the quiet opening of another. The Buddha once said, "All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. What we think, we become." This is especially relevant now because June brings with it a powerful alignment. Jupiter, the planet of abundance, moves into a rare dance with Saturn, the guardian of discipline and wisdom. This isn't a stroke of luck falling from the sky, it's a cosmic invitation to bring your dreams and your discipline into harmony. Ask yourself honestly, are the goals you're chasing truly your own, or are they echoes of someone else's fears, expectations, or outdated beliefs? This month, I encourage you to pick 3 clear intentions, not vague hopes, but grounded commitments that reflect who you truly are. Perhaps it's starting that creative idea that keeps nudging your heart, setting firm boundaries in your relationships, or reshaping your relationship with money so that it's rooted in self-worth, not scarcity. Whatever it is, say it clearly, write it down, and revisit it daily. When intention and action move together, the universe responds. And here's a question to reflect on deeply. What is one truth you've been avoiding? And how would your life shift if you finally faced it with courage? Remember, in the Dhammapada it is written, "With our thoughts we make the world." So what kind of world are you choosing to make this June? Keep this question in your heart as we journey through the energy of the number 9. It's not just a lucky number, it's a mirror showing you where you stand and how far you can go when you walk with purpose. 6. Number 8. One of the most underestimated yet deeply powerful numbers in both spiritual and practical life is the number 8. To the average eye, it may appear as just another digit easily overlooked on a receipt, a license plate, or a phone number, but its essence holds something far greater than mere coincidence. If you take a moment to observe its shape, you'll see it flows in a continuous loop, a form with no beginning and no end. Turn it sideways, and it becomes the infinity, Symbola, silent but profound reminder that everything in this life is interconnected, constantly moving, and always returning to its source. In Buddhist philosophy, this is not just a clever visual trick. It reflects the sacred nature of life's journey. Our existence doesn't follow a straight line, but a circle, what we call samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. It's within this eternal loop that karma also flows, meaning every action you take sends out energy that inevitably circles back to meet you sometimes in ways you could never have predicted. The number 8 speaks to this exact rhythm. It's not merely a symbol of wealth or fortune, but of earned success, the kind that grows from integrity and mindful effort. In modern life, where quick wins and instant gratification often tempt us away from our deeper truths, the wisdom of 8 reminds us to ground our ambitions in something real. In numerology, 8 represents the bridge between the material and the spiritual, asking us to rise but never by sacrificing our inner compass. It whispers a question that each of us must answer in our own way. Can you pursue your goals with power and passion, yet stay rooted in kindness, truth, and balance? So as you move through this month and reflect on your personal and financial aspirations, let the number 8 guide you not just toward prosperity, but toward a kind of richness that brings peace to your mind and purpose to your life. 7. Bonus number 41. Have you ever had one of those days where you feel like you're doing everything right, working hard, staying focused, keeping your commitments, but still, deep down, something feels off? Like you're standing on shifting ground, trying to balance it all while wondering if any of it will hold? That feeling isn't just stress or burnout, it's your inner wisdom calling out, asking for deeper roots, for true stability. And this is exactly where the quiet energy of the number 41 enters your life, not as a flashy promise, but as a gentle nudge towards something real. In Buddhist teachings, numbers are not just symbols, they are vibrations, signposts, and subtle reminders. The number 41 is deeply tied to steady progress and inner discipline. It represents the slow and grounded journey of building something that lasts not through shortcuts, but through commitment, focus, and calm intention. While others may chase loud luck and overnight success, the energy of 41 invites you to plant deeper, to trust the invisible work you're doing each day. You might see it on a receipt, a license plate, a timestamp, and if you do, pause for a moment. What in your life needs patience instead of pressure? What area of your path is asking for steadiness, not speed? Because true fortune, according to Buddhist wisdom, isn't about getting rich quick, it's about cultivating the kind of mind and life that can handle blessings when they come. The number 41 doesn't bring instant wealth, but it brings the mindset that attracts and sustains it. And isn't that even more valuable? So, as you walk through your days, let the appearance of 41 be a soft reminder that you're not off track, you're just building a foundation, and from a solid foundation, anything can grow. Today's lesson is simple but powerful. Peace and prosperity begin when we stop searching for the next big thing and start honoring the quiet, consistent steps we're already taking. What will you choose to build today? Quick wins or lasting roots? If these numbers resonate with you, it's a sign to stay open to life's hidden opportunities. Type "abundance awaits" below to seal your intention. The journey doesn't end here. More insights are waiting to help you align luck, wisdom, and mindful success. Money is energy. How to get richer by shifting your frequency. Money isn't just a number in your account or a few bills in your wallet. Money is energy. It reflects your relationship with value, with self-worth, and with the world around you. In today's world, many people work hard physically to make money, but overlook a simple truth. Money flows to the energy that matches it. The real question isn't, what do I need to do to get rich? It's, what frequency am I sending out? If you truly want to become wealthier, you must shift your energy. Here are 5 essential keys to transform your frequency and start attracting wealth with ease and purpose. Number 1. Understand the energetic frequency of money. In our daily lives, everything we think, feel, and do carries an energetic frequency, and this includes our relationship with money. Just like tuning a radio, our internal state determines what kind of station we pick up from the world around us. When we're caught in feelings of anxiety, jealousy, or fear about money, such as worrying about bills, comparing ourselves to others, or dreading the future, we unknowingly shift ourselves to the frequency of lack. It's like trying to water a plant while standing in the desert. No matter how much effort you put in, the environment isn't supportive of growth. On the other hand, when we begin to shift our energy toward gratitude, openness, and trust, we start to align with the frequency of abundance. This shift isn't about pretending everything is perfect or forcing fake positivity. It's about choosing a mindset that supports possibility, generosity, and flow. The Buddha once said, "What we think, we become. What we feel, we attract. What we imagine, we create." In this light, consider how your daily thoughts and feelings about money are shaping your energetic signal. If you regularly say, "I never have enough," or "money is hard to come by," those words carry weight. They're not just statements, but seeds you're planting in your energetic field. So, it's helpful to pause and gently ask yourself, what am I really saying about money every day? Are your thoughts focused on fear or frustration? Or are you cultivating appreciation for what you already have, however small? In Zen teachings, there's an old proverb, "He who knows he has enough is rich." This doesn't mean giving up ambition or material well-being. Rather, it points to a deeper truth that when we feel enough, we become magnetic to more. In modern life, where comparison is constant and consumerism is loud, tuning into abundance begins by quieting the noise and reconnecting with a sense of internal sufficiency. That inner sense is powerful. It's what helps you walk into a room with confidence, negotiate fairly, and make choices from empowerment instead of desperation. The truth is, money isn't just currency. It's a reflection of value, both given and received. When we raise our frequency by being generous, by showing up fully, by honoring our worth and respecting others, money starts to flow in more natural, even surprising ways. A good way to start shifting this energy is to express gratitude every time you interact with money. When you pay a bill, buy groceries, or receive your paycheck, thank the flow instead of resenting the expense. This small but powerful habit rewires your energy field to one of trust and openness. So if your thoughts are the blueprint, then your energy is the architect of your financial life. Let that architect build from a foundation of peace, not panic, from self-respect, not self-doubt. In this way, you begin to live from a higher frequency, not by chasing wealth, but by becoming the kind of person to whom wealth is naturally drawn. And as you do, your outer world begins to reflect this inner harmony, because energy doesn't lead, flows where it is welcomed, and it multiplies where it is respected. Number 2. Clear your limiting beliefs about money. Let's talk about something that often goes unnoticed, yet holds tremendous power over your financial life: your beliefs about money. You see, most people who struggle financially aren't lacking talent, ambition, or intelligence. What they often lack is the inner permission to become wealthy. It's not about working harder or finding the perfect strategy. It's about clearing the inner resistance that's been quietly shaping your reality. Have you ever stopped to question the thoughts you carry about money? Deep down, do you believe that being rich is somehow wrong, or that wealth corrupts? Many people have internalized limiting beliefs passed down from family, culture, or society, and these beliefs act like invisible walls, keeping abundance out. Common ones sound like, money is the root of all evil. Rich people are greedy. I don't deserve to be wealthy. These are not just thoughts, they're energetic blocks. And when your energy is blocked, the natural flow of prosperity can't reach you. Now, here's where the shift begins. Instead of just identifying these beliefs, you must bring them into the light and face them with honesty. Write them down. Look at them as if you were observing an old story someone once told you, because that's what they are. They're not universal truths. They're narratives you've inherited, often unconsciously. Once you recognize them, you create the power to choose something better. So ask yourself, what new belief feels true and empowering to me? For example, instead of money is evil, you could shift to money is a tool, it reflects who I am and allows me to serve the world better. Or replace I don't deserve to be wealthy with I am worthy of abundance because I bring value to the world. When you start to reprogram your beliefs in this way, you're not just changing your mindset, you're changing your frequency. And frequency matters, because money isn't just a physical thing, it's energy. It flows toward clarity, confidence, and alignment. Every belief you hold creates a certain vibration, and the universe responds to that vibration. So if you hold on to guilt, fear, or shame around money, you unknowingly push it away. But when you align with beliefs that feel expansive, generous, and grounded in service, you invite wealth in with open arms. You're no longer trying to get money, you're allowing it to flow through you as part of a greater purpose. This is where abundance starts to feel natural instead of forced. So let me ask you, what belief about money are you willing to let go of today, and what new truth are you ready to live by? When you start to shift your internal world, the outer world must follow it like a universal law. It doesn't always happen overnight, but consistency creates momentum. Speak your new beliefs daily. Write them, feel them in your body, act as if they're already true. The more you practice, the more natural they become. You're not trying to fake it, you're aligning with your deeper self. The part of you that already knows abundance is your birthright. And remember, wealth isn't just about having more, it's about becoming more. More generous, more open, more capable of creating positive change. Here's the lesson. If your beliefs shape your reality, then clearing out limiting money beliefs is not just a mental exercise, it's a spiritual practice. It's about honoring your potential and trusting that money, like all energy, is meant to flow freely when you're aligned with purpose. Don't just chase wealth, become the kind of person that wealth is naturally drawn to. You're not broken, you're simply remembering what's always been true. You are worthy of abundance, and it's safe to let it in. Number 3. Practice gratitude to open the gates of abundance. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you genuinely paused and felt thankful for what you already have? I'm not just talking about the big things like a new job or a sudden windfall. but the small, everyday blessings we often overlook. You see, most people think wealth only comes from working harder or chasing more, but there's something far more powerful that's already within your reach: gratitude. And not just any kind of gratitude, but the kind that shifts your entire frequency. When you feel grateful, not just say it, but deeply feel it, you begin to tune your energy to a higher state. Gratitude isn't just a nice thought or a polite gesture. It's one of the most powerful emotional vibrations you can hold. It tells the universe, I recognize the value of what I already have, and I am open to receiving more. In that moment, you stop resisting and start flowing, and that flow is where abundance enters. Now, think about your relationship with money. Is it filled with stress, worry, or resentment? Or do you have moments where you truly appreciate what money allows you to experience, no matter how little or much you have right now? Money is more than a number in your bank account. It's energy that reflects your beliefs, emotions, and habits. And gratitude is like a signal booster. When you focus on what you already have with appreciation, you begin to radiate a frequency that attracts more of what you value. Have you ever noticed that when you're feeling grateful and content, more good things seem to come your way? That's not a coincidence, it's energetic alignment at work. Here's a simple yet powerful practice you can start tonight. Before you go to bed, take just a few minutes to write down 3 things from your day that you're grateful for, specifically related to money or material value. Maybe someone paid for your coffee, maybe you found a great deal on something you needed, or maybe you had the ability to pay a bill on time. No matter how small it seems, acknowledge it. This isn't about pretending everything is perfect, it's about training your mind to notice the good that's already present. When you do this regularly, you begin to rewire your mindset. Instead of focusing on lack, you start to recognize abundance. And this shift doesn't just change your mood, it changes your results. So why does this work? Because your energy influences your actions. When you're operating from gratitude, you're more confident, open, and positive. You make better decisions. You see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. People feel your energy and want to support you. That's how doors start opening. And while it might sound simple, the consistent practice of gratitude can create real, tangible shifts in your financial life. Now, take a moment and ask yourself, what's one thing about money that you're truly grateful for today? How might your relationship with money change if you started seeing it as a supportive energy instead of a constant struggle? These are powerful questions, and the answers might surprise you. If you're willing to lean into this practice, even for just a week, you'll start noticing subtle but meaningful changes. Because gratitude isn't passive, it's magnetic. It draws in more of what you cherish and aligns you with the flow of abundance that's already all around you. So tonight, grab a pen and begin. Not because you're forcing it, but because you're choosing to shift your energy, and in doing so, you're choosing to change your life. If this message spoke to your heart, leave a comment below with just one word: grateful. Let's fill this space with the energy of appreciation and open the gates to abundance together. Number 4. Act from abundance, not from fear. Many of us make decisions around money from a place of fear, worrying about losing our job, being unable to pay bills, or not having enough saved for the future. This fear, though understandable, often becomes the very thing that blocks the flow of abundance in our lives. When we constantly think in terms of scarcity, our energy becomes tight, protective, and hesitant. It leads to choices that are reactive rather than intentional, staying in jobs we've outgrown, holding back on opportunities to grow, or saying no to things that could genuinely benefit us because we're afraid to waste money. But here's a simple shift that can open new doors. Start acting from a mindset of abundance. That doesn't mean pretending you're rich or being irresponsible. It means recognizing that your energy, attention, and time are valuable resources. And when you act as if you already have enough, your decisions begin to change. When you invest in yourself, whether that's learning a new skill, prioritizing your health, or taking a course that excites you, you're telling the universe and your own subconscious mind that you believe in your worth and your potential. This shift in mindset is not just psychological, it affects how you show up in the world. You become more open, more generous, and more confident, which naturally attracts opportunities and resources. In today's world, where change is constant and uncertainty can be overwhelming, it's more important than ever to cultivate inner stability. Acting from abundance means you trust that even if you don't have everything figured out, you have the ability to create value, to grow, and to adapt. You begin to see money not as something to chase or hoard, but as a tool that responds to your energy, expanding when used wisely and shrinking when gripped too tightly. For example, if you've been holding off on upgrading your skills or pursuing a long-standing dream because you're waiting for the right time financially, this is your invitation to reconsider. That delay may be costing you more than you realize, just in missed income, but in joy, confidence, and momentum. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" try asking, "What might this unlock for me?" That small shift in questioning begins to open a different frequency based on curiosity, growth, and self-trust. Of course, this doesn't mean ignoring practical needs or throwing caution to the wind. It's about aligning your choices with the belief that there is enough, you are enough, and that life is always offering you a chance to expand when you choose to see it. As you continue to reframe money as a form of energy, fluid, responsive, and influenced by your mindset, you'll notice how your relationship with wealth begins to soften and evolve. You start to let go of the panic-driven rush and instead operate from a place of calm clarity. The truth is, when you move with the energy of abundance, you are more likely to take thoughtful risks, make wiser investments, and invite prosperity into your life not by force, but by flow. In this way, wealth becomes less about accumulation and more about alignment, aligning your thoughts, actions, and emotions with the frequency of trust, generosity, and purpose. And in doing so, you don't just grow financially, you grow spiritually and emotionally too. Number 5. Become a magnet for value. Let's talk about becoming a magnet for value, because the truth is, money always follows value, not the other way around. This means that if you want to welcome more abundance into your life, your focus shouldn't be on chasing money, but on becoming valuable. So, what does that actually mean? It means becoming the kind of person who solves problems, uplifts others, and creates meaningful change wherever they go. You don't need to be rich right now to create value. Your thoughts, your time, your kindness, your unique skills all carry energy. And when that energy is directed toward helping others or making things better, you naturally start attracting more wealth, not just in your bank account, but in your relationships, opportunities, and peace of mind. Each day, take a quiet moment to ask yourself, what value did I create today? And whose life did I help improve? These simple questions guide your focus away from fear or scarcity and place it back where it belongs, on contribution, growth, and service. When you live this way consistently, your energy shifts. You become someone others trust, admire, and want to support. And this isn't just some spiritual theory, this is how real transformation happens. Think about the people you admire most, those who seem to attract success naturally. Chances are they're not fixated on what they can get, they're tuned in to what they can give. And because they give value, life gives back to them in ways they couldn't have planned or forced. You don't have to wait until everything is perfect to begin. Start by asking, what do I know? What can I share? Where can I help? Because when you show up with that mindset, you start building what Buddhists call right livelihood work that is not only ethical but deeply fulfilling. Your energy becomes clear, purposeful, and magnetic, and over time, this becomes a natural part of who you are. Let your value shine so brightly, so consistently, that money, opportunities, and the right people can't help but notice you, not because you demanded it, but because your energy invited it. Instead of living in the frequency of lack, you now live in the frequency of contribution and abundance. And from there, everything begins to shift. So the message here is simple but powerful. Stop chasing money. Start becoming someone of value. The more value you give, the more abundance you attract. Reflect on what you're offering the world, not in comparison to others, but as a gift only you can give. Ask yourself, what energy am I bringing into every space I enter? Am I a source of inspiration, calm, or clarity? When you begin to live from this place, wealth becomes more than a number. It becomes a natural result of the energy you carry. Lesson to take with you. True wealth doesn't come from getting more, it comes from being more. Focus on giving value, and the rest will come. Thank you for joining me on the journey of wisdom today. As we've seen, numbers are not just digits, they are energies, symbols, and quiet guides. Whether it's the resilience of 17, the awakening of 11, or the abundance of 8, each number carries a message that speaks to your inner journey and your potential for transformation. Remember, true fortune begins within with your thoughts, your energy, and your intention. If today's message resonated with you, please like this video, share it with someone who might need this wisdom, and don't forget to subscribe to the Journey of Wisdom and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming teachings and insights. Until next time, walk gently, live mindfully, and trust that abundance flows to those who align with truth and purpose. May you be peaceful, may you be prosperous, and may your path be filled with light.